Now to our other top story here at 6, COVID in the classroom. Brand new numbers showing just how many kids are having to learn from home once again. And that includes one local school district where nearly 30% of all students have had to quarantine so far this year. WCNC Charlotte's Tanya Mendes joining us live now. And Tanya, you spoke with 2 local families directly impacted by this. I can imagine this is probably frustrating for them.
Yeah, frustrating on one level, but also to some degree disconcerting, because when you find out that your kid's in quarantine, you're then watching for symptoms. Then you watch as members of your family come up positive, and you wonder what else could happen next.
Students in South Carolina just finished their 4th week of school, but Lauren Holleran's kids have spent more time out of school than in.
Out of all of the school days so far, my kindergartner has been in school 2 days. She's had 2 days of school.
Holleran's whole family spent much of September sick or in quarantine.
It's really unfortunate because I feel like my kids just have missed out on this large chunk of the beginning of their school year to no fault of their own, because they did wear masks at school.
One of her sons was exposed at school at Doby's Bridge Elementary. Days later, her daughter's entire kindergarten class shut down.
It's a certain percentage of the class is positive, and then they're deemed community spread. So that whole class is now virtual.
The latest COVID dashboard showing just how many kids are missing out on in-person instruction. In Rock Hill, nearly 30% of the students have had to quarantine so far this year. In Lancaster, 16% of the student population was in quarantine just this week alone. In Fort Mill, almost half of the students in quarantine are elementary schoolers, kids like Michelle Caruso's.
My daughter's been out twice.
Caruso forced to work from home so she can care for her kids.
I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home right now, but there's parents that aren't. They are going to have to try to figure out, how do I balance my job, my livelihood, how I put food in my kids' mouth, a roof over their head, and having them home.
With thousands of kids in quarantine and no mask mandates in place, Caruso's juggling act probably not ending anytime soon.
This is just going to keep happening.
So you saw those numbers that were just released within the last few minutes, but it's important to point out that this was a short week, so that data is really only inclusive of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Many of the school districts don't have cases from Friday, and obviously Monday was a holiday. Reporting live at the Fort Mill School District offices, I'm Tanya Mendes, WCNC Charlotte.
Yeah, good point about those numbers. Tanya, thank you.